Yeah, we've seen that trend as well. When we started Anyverse, we wanted to be as horizontal as possible, uh, so we could create synthetic data for different industries and different use cases in the different industries. Uh, and we saw automotive as one of the biggest verticals that were requiring the kind of data that we can generate, and in particular, in the in-cabin monitoring, because of the different normatives that have sprung spawned in Europe and now in the US regarding what's happening inside the cabin of a vehicle. Um, the different teams that were working in perception systems shifted to inside the cabin instead of outside uh, the car for the autonomous driving. And they started to require very detailed information about what was happening with the driver. Is the driver okay? Is the driver falling asleep? Is the driver manipulating other objects that are not the steering wheel? Is the driver paying attention to the road? Is the driver looking outside the window? Um, and that was like the main concern, given the type of normative that was being defined like only a couple years ago. Um, but then that normative expanded to other parts of the interior of the cabin. What's going on with the passengers? Are there children in the cabin? What are those children doing? Have the passengers left children behind after the car was closed? So we started to see that we needed to simulate the reduced environment of a car cabin. And that's something that we've been doing for the last year and a half. We've built the technology in our platform that allowed customers to have a complete variation of different car cabins based on real cars. So we can simulate any real car. And then you can place different cameras. It doesn't have to be just only, it could be as many cameras as you want inside that cabin, monitoring different parts of it. The classical camera on the dashboard and the steering wheel column, that it's taking just the driver. That's one. Another one classical is in the rear view mirror and the central console of the car. So you can place all these cameras, and then we can basically populate the car with different people, with a lot of variability, and we can even place different objects. And of course, child seats and children on the child seats. Doing this synthetically has the advantage that you don't have to deal with privacy issues, which is one of the things that customers typically have bigger troubles with, is that when they gather real imagery from placing cameras in real cars with real people, is that you're taking very close shots of faces of adults and children alike, and that yields to heavy privacy issues, like what are you going to use those pictures for? With synthetic data and the synthetic characters that we can have, that covers all types of ages, gender, ethnicities, etc. You can create variability without the problems of privacy. And those are just some aspects of what we can do.